Okay, this is part 2 in the video showing a starter motor rebuild. It's for the 96 Toyota Corolla, who exhibited the symptom of click but no crank. So the problem was localized to the starting motor, so we removed the motor, generally using this procedure from the Haynes manual, which is very abbreviated for the removal of the starter motor. It doesn't say, for example, whether the starter motor should be removed from the top of the car or the bottom of the car, but given the things that it has you remove, it would be hard to remove it. Certainly from the top, you'd have to remove more stuff. You might assume here that they know that you're going to be removing it from the bottom. Now, in removing it from the top, they do indicate to remove the air filter cover, but I found that I really needed to remove the air filter, the body of the air filter container. The reason is because in order to get access to the top hole, the top bolt, you really need to reach in there. I couldn't do that with that in the way. Also, I had to loosen this cable connection or whatever it is, because it got in the way of my ratchet as I was getting my ratchet in there. I did not have to remove, for example, this connector or these lines, which may be possibly vacuum lines. They do kind of get in the way, but they didn't come off initially easily, so I just left them alone, and I was able to get that bolt out without doing it. Okay, I certainly didn't want to snap them, either by trying to remove them when they wouldn't come off, or by snapping them by trying to get a wrench in there and then having the wrench just pound up against them. Okay, now you really need to take it out of the bottom, and that is described on other videos on YouTube. And the place where it eventually comes up is through this space here. After taking off the splash shield, there's enough room in this dimension to get it through. Okay, it does not drop down to the bottom. It has to come out this way. Okay, now once you get it out, you can either put in a rebuilt, or you can use a rebuilt kit. On the 97 Corolla, I have used in the past the Solenoid rebuild repair kit. Okay, and this is a 96 Corolla. The procedure would be identical. This is the same indicated part kit for repair. So after removing, okay, hold on, let's just get that. After removing the cover to the solenoid and removing the plunger, okay, you can get access to see the contacts. And on this one, the contacts are significantly worn on both sides. So this would be a good candidate for the solenoid repair kit. Now, the only issue with that being that this particular solenoid repair kit does not appear to be available anymore. I had originally got it on Amazon. It's no longer available. I couldn't find it on any other source either. They were actually selling a so-called 36 version, claiming that it would also fit this car. Now, on this one, the 34 is the 34 millimeter diameter of this contact ring. The 36, it's 2 millimeters larger in diameter. And the plunger is not the same length on both of them. And several of the people on the reviews of the 36 mentioned that they did have compatibility issues, or felt they might, and did not go through with the repair. Others went through with it, the repair, and said it was fine. So who really knows? Okay. Now, what you get in one of these repair kits, in this repair kit, is the plunger, and you get 5 terminals. You have 2 straight ones, short. You have a so-called right and left-handed version, and then one which has got a curved section, but it's also centered. Now, in the previous repair, these were the two that came out of the 97 Corolla. It was worn, no, I'm sorry, it was this one. It was worn basically just on one side. The other side showed only a little bit of wear. Okay? Could probably just get reused on that side. Now, because it's a multi-purpose kit, I actually had 3 spare terminals of it around from this kit. The only problem is that the offset connector was offset in the wrong direction. It would have been left-handed as compared to the right-handed one that was required. But I did notice one of the comments on Amazon was that if you took the one that was of the one-handed, such as a left-handed one, whatever that means, and you actually bent it all the way across into the other side, the device would function as the right-handed terminal. Now, the danger, of course, with bending this over is that it might just snap in 2 pieces. So the idea is to heat it with a torch while you're bending it. And, of course, this is just a spare item, so there's really nothing to lose. The kit already comes with a new one for the straight portion. That's already brand new. Okay? So, and the plunger, it turns out on these kits, the plunger is not really what gets the wear. And although this repair kit comes with a new plunger, other repair kits just include the terminals. So in this case, what I opted for, no, yeah, you can see those are one on both sides. I already mentioned that. What I opted for was to try to repair this using the old repair kit. What I did was, I got a torch, I took the one offset, heated it up, bent it out until I got it straight up, flattened it out on the anvil, then continued bending it over to the other side until I got a 90-degree bend in the exact other direction, keeping it hot the whole time. What I should have then, if it was successful, would be a replacement that would be suitable. Honestly, it looks like it's going to be fine. I mean, in other words, it seemed to work. Okay? It's not perfect. Doesn't work. Okay. We'll just have to get the other kit. So now what I'm going to do is finish the procedure for the rebuild, which is the removal of these copper contacts and replacing them with these ones using the instruction kit sheet that came with this kit. Actually, turns out I had misplaced it just within the last day, but I noticed online on the Amazon site they actually have an image of that sheet, so I'm just going to follow the instructions on that and see how that goes, and hopefully this will go back together and then it will go back in the car. Okay, thanks.